PSP Network. It's game day.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold up! Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Wondering whether you need wealth management? Wealth management is a multifaceted offering that should provide opportunities for growth and security. At BNC National Bank, we pride ourselves on putting your priorities first and providing practical, objective financial advice. Our team can help you assess your goals and take stock of your assets to determine whether wealth management is right for you. Speak to a member of our team today to learn more.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
When it comes to your car, you need someone you can trust. Someone who cares about your safety, your budget, and your peace of mind. At Trusted Tire and Auto, trust is more than just a word. It's at the heart of everything we do. We're a local business, owned and operated by people who live and work in this community. And we believe that by building relationships based on trust and care, we can make our community a better place to live and drive. Trusted Tire and Auto, where trust, care, and community meet on the road.
A busy week in the WDA for North Dakota boys high school hockey. And it comes to an end on a Saturday afternoon at the All Seasons Arena on the North Dakota State Fairgrounds. With the Jamestown Bluejays at 3-3 and the Magi at Minot High sitting at 4-1. Good Saturday afternoon to you and welcome in to our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Locations in Minot and Bismarck. They've got you covered in 15 minutes or less in a drive-through oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. I'm Nick Hulberg. Today I'll be joined by a good friend of ours on the PSP Network, the former Minot High standout, former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, Mr. Matt Morelli. We'll bring him in just a few moments as we move on in our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show here today. Busy week for the Magi. This is game number 3 on the week for the Jamestown Bluejays. It hasn't been a light week for them by any means. They were at Century last night. They were at home against Century last night. They fell in that contest by a score of 6-5. Before that, they had a game last week where they took down Bismarck High 4-2. For the Magi, it's been quite a week. They won in a shootout over Devil's Lake on Tuesday night. Then on Thursday night, they traveled to Legacy to play inside of the hostile VFW Sports Center. And they took down the Legacy Sabres by a score of 8-2 and quite a hockey game just the other night. That was a fun one without a doubt for the Magi. The Magicians sitting at 4-1. The Bluejays sit at 3-3. Taking a look at our standings inside of the West Region, brought to you tonight by our friends at Minot State University. Be seen, be heard, be you. It's Minot State They bring you the standings of boys hockey coming into tonight. Century unbeaten inside the conference. They're number 1 right now at 4-0. They've got 12 points. So does Legacy at 4-1. They're at the top of the ladder. Then you've got 1, 2, 3 that are tied with 9 points on the season. That includes Dickinson, Jamestown, and Minot. So after this matchup here today, you're going to see somebody at the top of the list tied with Century and Legacy. It will either be Jamestown or Minot. That is if they can get a win inside of regulation here this afternoon into the early evening. Minot currently number 5 inside the conference with 4 games played inside the West region. 3-1-1 overall on the year. For the total numbers for the Magi, it's a 4-1 mark on the season. That extra 1 on their overall record was a shootout victory for Minot High. Hayes and Beulah had a win at Botno last night. That moves them into the number 6 spot. The North Stars having a year to remember this year at number 6, a team to compete with. Mandan at number 7, Williston at 8, Bismarck at 9, Botno's at 10. Other games today, the Demons are at Williston. And Botno Rugby is in a non-conference showdown at the Spoiler Dome, taking on Grafton Park River. Minot State brings you a look at the standings. Be seen, be heard, be you. It's Minot State University. 96% of recent college grads are either employed or continuing their education at Minot State. Taking a look at the leaders inside of our state of North Dakota and the players that you're going to want to watch for not only in this contest, but as the season continues on. Taking a look at those leaders, they're presented here today by our friends at NorthDakotaHighSchoolHockey.com. We can't thank Bob Gillen enough for continuing to do what he does, and that's promoting these high school hockey players and these athletes across our great state. Drew Beasley from Legacy still at the top of the list with 22 points. Marcus Butts, number 2 in the West region, number 4 in the state with 14. Adam Graney from Hayes and Beulah's got 14 as well. He's number 3 in the West region right now, tied, currently number 2 actually, tied with Marcus Butts. Matt Hayner's got 13 from Mandan. So does Carson Jors. Dawson Lentz is at number 6 from Century with 11. You go down to Nate Walls from Jamestown, number 18 in the state, number 7 in North Dakota. Right behind him and tied with him with 10 points is Minot's Mackley Morelli. So a Magician and a Blue Jay are inside the top 20 in North Dakota, both inside the top 10 inside the WDA. Big thanks again to NorthDakotaHighSchoolHockey.com and Mr. Bob Gillen for his continued support to promoting high school athletes and all his work on NorthDakotaHighSchoolHockey.com. One of the key players in this matchup that we'll watch for here today, Nate Walls for the Blue Jays. 4 goals, 2 assists for 6 points on the season. Coming in 5 games played, that's 1.2 points per game. Keep an eye out for Nate Walls, number 29 today for the Blue Jays. He will have to be big if the Blue Jays want to take down Minot High here this afternoon. Look at our player spotlight brought to you today by Prestwich Orthodontics. Enjoy professional treatment in a relaxed, fun atmosphere at Prestwich Orthodontics. Our choice because they've got 0% financing and free consultations, virtual or in office. It's Prestwich Orthodontics bringing you a look at Nate Walls, our player profile here for this matchup today. When we come back, we're going to talk to Matt Morelli, my partner in crime here today. We'll have the breakdown after Minot High took down Legacy 8-2 the other night. The breakdown after Jamestown lost to Century 6-5 last night, and what we can expect in this showdown. We'll bring him in and look further into the numbers, but first we'll talk to both coaches in the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. We continue on from the All Seasons Arena here in the Magic City.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Welcome back to our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. We're now joined by the Jamestown Blue Jays head coach, Mr. Matt Stockert. First things first, 20 years for you as the head coach of the Blue Jays. This all-season's arena, does it bring back any memories for you of your coaching days or your playing days where you dominated back in the early 90s?
Well, I don't know if dominate's the right word to use, I guess, but if you want to use it, yeah, there were some pretty good hockey games going on here with the old Jamestown Bluejays for quite a long time, and yeah, I remember dressing up in the locker rooms down there behind the benches over there, and there was lots of memories made here in this building, that's for sure. And then West Region here in 13, I think, is the last time something like for real was played, other than a few hockey games and stuff. I know we came up here, played a JV game up here one year, and we did the Hazen Botno swing, and Hazen didn't have a JV, so I picked up Minot's JV, and our JV team played Minot here. But yeah, it's been a while. It's a good little barn. They've done some nice jobs with the renovations, and glass is a little bit higher than it used to be, so that's always a good thing. But yeah, we'll just try and kick it off with a second game in less than 24 hours here.
Yeah, you guys have a busy schedule, kind of like mine this week. Pro schedules back-to-back for you. Your thoughts on how things went last night? Century got you by a goal in a high-scoring affair. What was that hockey game like?
It's baby steps with our team. We're young. Only got a little more than a handful of seniors, and six guys, out there with a whole lot of experience. And we've gotten better every day in practice. We've gotten better every game so far. There's just hints of a little too much soft play as far as Don and Jake and I are concerned. So hopefully we can nip that in the butt sooner than later. And I think you kind of saw the best of us so far this year. The second period last night and the third period last night. So hopefully the kids can take something from that and learn something and move it on against a good Minot High team.
I ask every coach this question. It's pretty cliche, but I would love your thoughts on this. Early on in the year, in a matchup at the middle of December here, with December about closing out for your hockey team, how big really is this game in your mind with where you're at and trying to build on those little things and growing forward? Do you put a lot of stake into a night like tonight?
Every game matters because there's 3 points on the line, of course, but in the grand scheme of things, if you can look back on the 51 minutes that are played and you can say, we did things really good here and we need to work on things here, there's never anything wrong with that. And as long as you keep it in perspective with the kids and the kids understand what you're talking about, I think, more importantly, you get better from it. And we all know what matters the most, and that's that middle of February time frame, and that's what you play for all year long is to be ready for that weekend. And this is a good test for us. 2 games in less than 24 hours. Might have to do that, in the middle of February, and then turn around and play a third one again. So schedule, we do it on purpose that way. We've done this Bismarck Century at home on a Friday and then turn around and come here on a Saturday. We've done that for a long time, and it's kind of purposeful, to be honest with you.
Final thing for you, were you ever a part of any of the old folklore that was painted blue chickens that were thrown on the ice in this very venue in your time that's been close to 40 years of high school hockey at Jamestown, either playing or coaching, and have you ever been a part of that?
Yeah. Yes, I have, and there's a reason why there's a net around. They say it's because of all the flying pucks, but I think it's to deter the chickens painted blue that used to get out on the ice here. But probably the most interesting thing, Minot would come to Jamestown and there'd be some rabbits that would get thrown on the ice, and we come up here and we get the blue chickens thrown out here. But it's funny too, because every once in a while you come up here and we come up to Minot and there'd still be some rabbits that got thrown on the ice every once in a while. So, and one of them happened to be one of my family members who got asked to leave the building one evening, and my father. So kudos to my dad for having a rabbit tied around a stick with a rope around the neck of the rabbit, and he was swirling it around, and the AD politely walked over and said, "Sir, you need to leave." He had no idea who he was, so it was great.
You can't make this stuff up. Those are all true stories, Feds. What a history it's been. Best of luck here tonight. Great seeing you. Happy holidays to you and your family as well.
See you later.
That's Matt Stockert, head coach of the Blue Jays. He's got a long time as the Jamestown head man and a big name in the Jamestown hockey community ever since his Mr. Hockey days back in the day. When we come back, we'll talk to Jordan Willert, the co-head coach of the Magi, in front of this WDA showdown between the Blue Jays and the Magicians here at the All Seasons Arena.
If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that.
Welcome back into our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show, part 2 of Coach's Corner here tonight. Jordan Willert, the go-ahead coach of the Magi. First things first, we just talked to Matt Stockert about blue painted chickens and rabbits on the ice. In your time, this rivalry with Jamestown, what do you think the craziest thing you've ever seen is with Jamestown and Minot High, either here at the All Seasons, the Mesa, anywhere across the state, including the Wilson Arena in Jamestown?
I think, back to, my playing days, there was one time we stopped off at McDonald's after a game, and, the next thing you know, there's stuff being thrown at the bus, and we're all inside. The bus driver's freaking out, and, my dad coached for many years. I've heard, all sorts of stories, and, there's been, blue, whatever you call them, barn swallows, painted blue. There's been rabbits thrown over, but, it's one of the oldest and one of the most richest rivalries, I think, in the state. It goes back a long time, and both teams have had success, and it's always an exciting game.
This week for your Magi has been one that's been fun to be a part of here this week, I would have to assume. How about that game the other night against Legacy, an 8-2 final? You guys I called you like a stick of dynamite. Once that fuse was lit, you really took off. Your overall thoughts and takeaway now, if there's been a day to let that set in?
Yeah, we were really good at the little things. We've asked kids to play certain systems, to play a certain way, and the kids really bought into it in that game, and have been buying into it more over the last couple weeks. Obviously, as you and I have talked a couple times, Nick, in the first couple games, obviously really nice to score some goals, but giving up way too much, and we've really focused on that defend, and the kids have done a really nice job of that, and hopefully we can keep it rolling tonight, and stick to those systems, and continue to build towards February.
How do you keep that high-pace offense up and running the way it is right now? 9 players with 4 points or more. You've got 7 that have at least a pair of goals on the year. It's one of the highest-powered offenses in North Dakota right now.
Yeah, again, just going back to it, we've talked to the kids. You run our systems. We have non-negotiables. That's F1 on the puck, F2 takes the wall away. Those are things that are not negotiable. Those are things that they can't argue back. Hey, I was reading it this way. No, it's a non-negotiable. You go there, but as soon as the puck turns over, it becomes we let the kids kind of do what they want in the offensive zone. Be creative, make plays. We want pucks to the net. We did an exceptional job against Legacy there of going low to high with pucks, and you go low to high 4 or 5 times in a row in a shift, and it opens up the lower part of the zone. So if we can continue to do that, hopefully things will work out for us.
Best of luck here tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Jordan Willert, co-head coach of the Magi, ahead of this showdown tonight with the Bluejays and Magicians here at the All Seasons Arena. When we come back, we'll dive further into this matchup, and then we'll get set for the opening draw tonight as the Magi and Bluejays go toe-to-toe in WDA hockey play.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
The Bluejays and the Magi at the All Seasons Arena here in Minot, North Dakota on a Saturday afternoon. Welcome back into our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Nick Hulberg alongside of Matt Morelli on the call here this afternoon. We'll bring in the former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, Mr. Matt Morelli. Well, it's been a fun week of Minot High hockey. You've got your full fill of me this week, I'd have to think, but it's been a fun one for Minot High nevertheless.
You're right. It's been good. It's been... we said that earlier in the week. You got a tough week coming up with 3 games. That's a lot for a high school schedule, and you got to try to be consistent. You have some guys that were sick and out of the lineup, and what are you going to do to fight that and get through those bumps and bruises of the season? And people get sick, and you don't want to see anybody out for very long. But either way, if you're Minot, you finish off the week strong. You be consistent. You had a good game against Legacy. I think Minot was just more aggressive. They came out physical, and that's what you need. I think they kind of caught Legacy off guard, and it was great to see.
8-2 Minot High got the win over the Sabres. Last night, it was Century that got the win over Jamestown. Back-to-back for the Blue Jays and Matt Stockert's crew here tonight. For them, after a 6-5 loss last night, they hop on the bus and come to Minot. What do you think their main key is here after a quick turnaround and game-to-game play, almost like a pro schedule like we mentioned before?
Well, you don't see many back-to-back high school games, but they've got to just, I think you're Jamestown, you got to get off to a good start, get the bus legs out, get into the game early, set the tone. They want to be physical as well, but you have to realize that keep your shift short. You're on less than 24 hours and you've got your second game. So they don't take long shifts, stay out of the penalty box, and I think they'll be okay.
A couple kids that will play a factor today. Our goaltender matchup and the projected goalie matchup. Both of these kids do get the call here today. It's Blaze Ostrup against Lewis Hulberg. See the numbers on your screen. Presented by Planet Pizza. 701-852-1700. They will deliver during this matchup here today at the All Seasons Arena. Time to salute our country with our nation's national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. Our nation's national anthem here from the All Seasons Arena in the Magic City. Nick Hulberg, Matt Morelli on the call here this afternoon. Can't thank you folks enough for joining us here for high school hockey in an old school rivalry between the Jamestown Blue Jays and the Magi from Minot. Game number 96 all time. The Magi hold the season and lifetime series at 60 wins and 35 losses. You heard from Matt Stockert and Jordan Willert in the pregame. Some of that old school stuff, painting animals and putting them on the ice, you were part of that stuff back in your day, weren't you?
Oh, God, that cracks you up. There was some always great games with these guys, tight, physical, a lot of hatred between the two teams. But you looked forward to them. You just couldn't wait to play these West Region games, the Bismarcks, the Jamestowns. Always good, a mutual respect, but you wanted to take him down just like anybody else.
Andrew Goodmanson brings you the opening draw today. 701 Realty and Andrew Goodmanson. And as Andrew Goodmanson would say, I painted a chicken blue once, and then I was asked to leave my cousin's farm. Well, thanks for checking in, Goody. We appreciate you. Andrew Goodmanson from 701 Realty for all your real estate needs. Minot High's in white. The Blue Jays are in blue here today from the All Seasons Arena as the Magi and Mac Morelli have the puck in deep underneath the Blue Jay net. They go to work on it, and the puck comes away down a strand on the near side. Poked free and up at center. It's Panasuk that's got it. Panasuk will just whistle it right back in. Blaze Ostrup in goal for the Magi. 80.8% save percentage and a .375 goals against average. He goes today against Lewis Hulberg. 3 goals against average and an .893 save percentage. There's your goalie matchup here today. Two kids that look to improve on those numbers as the season continues on. For Blaze Ostrup, this is a young man that had a little bit of a rocky start, but certainly in his last 2, he's been up to the challenge against Dickinson and Legacy.
He's been better. I need that. You got to have your guy back there in goal. He's got to be one of your most consistent guys.
Off the draw, offensive zone. Magi have the puck in deep behind the net. Puck is freed here to the Blue Jays. They go up to center. This is John Belzer with it. 7 points on his campaign. Belzer's into the zone, tattooed on the far wall. Tegan Strand lit him up on the far side. And the Magi moving forward now with Finley Bentz. Bentz is up into the neutral ice territory, walking, firing. Puck is loose, came off the back of Hulberg. Way to the near side. Blue Jays are going to push away to the near side wall, and they skate to center with it as it's launched ahead. Onto the tape there for Nate Walls. We previewed and highlighted him in the pregame tonight. 10 points for him, currently in the top 20 in North Dakota. The Blue Jays are a team that coming into the showdown here today at the All Seasons Arena in Minot. They've got 11 players with a goal or more, 4 players that have 5 or more points coming in their 6 games on the season. Scoring right now at a clip of just about 3.1 goals per game. They're averaging giving up just 3.7 per night. Back it comes. Oh, Abrahamson side of the cage. Fired on. There's that puck ended up on the tape of Holland. He hit the side of the net. And back away for the Blue Jays underneath their own cage. They move it away to the far side. Pinching in is Coleman. He's back in the lineup. So is Madsen for the Magi. A couple steady Eddie D-man that have been out for the last 2 games due to some illness here this week. Madsen's got the hit in the corner, frees it for Coleman. And Coleman will look up the near side wall where he pokes it off ahead, and the Magicians dump it down here with Abrahamson. On the other side for the Magi, this is a team that's got 9 players that have 4 points or more coming in the 5 games that they've played. And 7 guys in the lineup that have scored 2 or more goals. Minot High's offensive production has really been impressive in this early portion of the season.
Yeah, for sure. Aside from the Devils Lake game, just kind of a lack of goals that night. But yeah, they're scoring, and that's good to see. You need it well-rounded. I mean, you can't have it. You can't be all first line, second line. You need the other guys to chip in and help out as the season goes on.
Off the draw, puck comes up to center ice where it's going to be taken by the Blue Jays. They're on the retrieve here with it with Sortland, and he'll dump it right back in. Well, it's a different-looking Matt Stockert Blue Jay team after they lost a goaltender by the name of Andrew Walls from a year ago that was the real deal. That kid was a stellar netminder. Seems like the Blue Jays always seem to have one back there in the blue paint. Out front, here's a shot opportunity, came from Panasuk. He was robbed by the goal pad. And we go back up to center where Radke's going to regain control here for the Magicians. And Radke takes a Sunday stroll and just moves it up the near wall for Mackley Morelli. Morelli onto the tape here for Panasuk. Into the zone, back to Morelli, walking, firing, just missed. Back off the end of the boards, and up front it comes for the Magi. To the line, Deal's got it, and Deal's going to try to fire it in. He did, but it hit traffic. And the Blue Jays carry right back up to the neutral ice territory. John Belzer's in. Belzler met by Radke. Here's Radke for the Magi. Chipped up off the glass and back at center. Blue Jays have possession at neutral. There's a hit for Morelli as he got into the captain, Struble. They both stay on their feet. The puck comes back away. Now to Radke underneath the net. Radke went off the official skate right out in front. One-timer. All the opportunity was there for the Blue Jays. Just couldn't convert. Carter Coleman in with it. Blocker save. Comes down underneath the net here to Rodacker. Sent out front. Coleman had the chance. Swept at it. Now Finley Bentz with a backhand with the opportunity that went just wide of the cage. Down to 12:52 to play here in the opening period. Good tempo, good pace, good contest so far between old rivals inside the WDA. Puck's down to the corner. Bannock goes after it. Rodacker's got a 2-point night the other night for the Magicians. He had a goal in the hockey game. This one sent in from Coleman. He fired it down. Comes away to the near side wall. There's a hit from Rodacker. And the puck is going to be handled by the Blue Jays as they move it up to center where Richardson has it. He goes right back to Finley Bentz. And Bentz will carry in. He had a big night for the Magi against Legacy. Richardson make that lemon at the line. Held it in. High riser. Oh, Bentz sent it up. He missed the net on the play from the near top of the circle. Now Rutlick in behind the net. Rutlick's got it here. Bounce back behind the net out front. Abrahamson on a tee. Oh, it's a gallery of shots for the Magi early on. That one rose over the cage. And there's a hit on the near side wall. There will be a power play coming for the Magi as Abrahamson was run into on the near wall from Belzer. And Minot High gets the first specialty teams activity of the hockey game, Matt. It's a power play. I missed what the call was. We'll hear it in just a moment.
Maybe an elbow, maybe. I don't think it was boarding, but anything close to the wall, that most of the time you're gonna get called for that.
John Belzer into the penalty box. And Minot High's got the first power play of the hockey game. This is a topic of conversation for the Magi, trying to improve on a power play that hasn't completely struggled by any means. Roughing is the call. Minot High traditionally has had a power play that has been dynamic and deadly. They look to move into that category here in this 23-24 campaign with Morelli up top. Now Radke turns and fires it, knocked down. Coleman had that one as it hit him right in the waist, and he's going to have to regroup at center with the help of Morelli here. Now Morelli went back to Radke, and Radke sends it up off the glass, comes away to Coleman. Left it there for Morelli, shorthanded. This is Nate Walls. It moves it ahead. Bouncer comes in on Blaze Ostrom, and Blaze is going to be forced to glove it. He'll hang on as Minot High having some issues with 1:17 remaining on the Serve Pro power play.
A little bit on the power play. You want that shot from the point, but it's got to be, you got to shoot low. I mean, these guys are shooting way too high. You're not going to be able to get a deflection on those shots like that. It's got to be quick, down low. Otherwise, they're just easier. They're getting knocked down and hitting players, and that's not the way you want to run your power play.
Year number 20 for Matt Stockert, the head coach of the Blue Jays. Certainly knows how to operate and set up a penalty kill, and it's working well right now for Jamestown with 10:54 to play in the opening frame. Minute remains on the Serve Pro power play for the Magi as Deal will start it up from his own end. Off the tape of Richardson, he just gave that one away, and it comes right back down as Struble launches it the length of the ice surface, and the Magi have Deal again behind their own net. Here's Deal up to center with it. Deal off ahead, comes onto the tape. Richardson out front. Oh, back door right on the doorstep was Rutlick, just couldn't pull the trigger. Nice chance for the Magi. Now it's Holland that's got it. At the point, Richardson slaps it in wide. Puck comes back away. Off to Abrahamson. Now Deal across Richardson. Sends it in. Stick save. Underneath for Rutlick. He goes back over to Abrahamson. Captain for the Magi. Back to the point for Deal. Across the line, Richardson. Backdoor dish comes here. Abrahamson sailed it up and wide. The puck escapes the zone after it caromed all the way off the end glass. Minot High is going to go 0 for 1 on the power play. They had some chances. They've registered 5 shots on goal in the early portion of this hockey game compared to Jamestown's 1. But we're still deadlocked at zeros on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Blue Jays back in behind their own net. Hayes and Beulah had a win last night over Botno, by the way. That North Star team might be somebody to look out for. That puck fired right into the Minot High bench. Stop of the play with 9:28 to play here in the opening period.
Well, like you were saying, there's a lot of teams that are pretty close. The parity is even. It's on a particular night. If you're not ready, you're going to get beat. And those teams are hungry for wins. Those West Region games are huge for points.
Schmeichel at center ice, taken by the Jays. Jamestown had a trip to the state tournament last year, Matt. They went in as the number 4 seed. They came out of the state tournament with the 5th place trophy as they defeated Century at the Ralph Engelstad Arena. Good year for Matt Stockert and his crew last year. That was a year removed from winning the WDA tournament championship. First time since the 90s that they had done that, as they beat the Bismarck Legacy Sabres 4-2. That was at the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. Up to center now for Nate Walls. Into the catching mitt it goes, and Blaze Ostrom will hang on to it. 8:47 to play here in the opening period. Scoreless on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Well, I mean, it's both teams are kind of like, you're a little bit of mishandling the puck a few times, but it's like Minot's had probably a little bit more offensive chances, but you've got to probably get more pucks on net. It starts a simple game. Get them on net, rebounds.
Panasuk on the far wall, ridden off. Comes back up with the slap shot from Struble. Now on the near wing, sent down in front. Oh, Deal got a stick on it. And now it's Panasuk to center for Morelli, leading the Magi with 10 points on the season. And Morelli will dump that one down underneath the Jamestown cage. Easton Panasuk in the corner, had some help there from Strand, and Strand's out with it. Back to the point, Deal fires, pad save, kicked away to the corner. Back up to the point, Morelli has it, sends it out in front of the net. that's off its moorings, or is it not? Jordan Kelly had a look at it. We say we play on. Puck comes back away now to the Mad Giant. Strand up top, goes back to Radke. Radke firing in front of the net. Morelli knocked it with just wide. Puck comes back away. Another shot there from the Magi. Radke's got it. Sends it down to Panasuk, the top unit for the Magi. Moving and grooving here for the Magicians, but it's taken away by McFlavin, and he'll take it and send it down. This rolling puck won't get to the end line in time for an icing as it's Deal back on the retrieve. Times certainly have changed. I can't get over the fact that it's true stories that we legitimately used to paint chickens blue and throw them onto the ice surface here at the All Seasons Arena back in your day at Matt Stockert's day. Here's a drive from the line, loose in front, rebound, side of the cage, tucking it home. Abrahamson's got the first of the game, and the Magi lead 1-0.
Well, you see what happens. You put him on net. It kind of goalie misplayed it a little bit, and it kind of squirted right out to Jersey Abrahamson. You bury him. You got to take advantage of those chances. We need to probably, I think, great to see the shots on goal. They could be lower, but I guess the main thing is just hit the net. Good things will happen.
Jersey Abrahamson tucks it in, and the Magicians lead 1-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. First of the year for the senior captain. We'll wait for the official call on who assisted on the play for the Magi.
I would think Jackson Radke for sure. I think he took the shot.
Here come the Bluejays. Well, good call. Radke's the only one that gets the assist on the play, and Minot High leads by a score of 1-0. Jamestown playing last night, then having to travel here today. Compared to Minot High getting a day off in between the travel back home from Legacy after an 8-2 win. Shouldn't play a giant factor, but in the game of hockey, it certainly can play a bit of a factor. Nevertheless, that was it. That was that was Holland that threw it towards the net, went wide. 6:09 to play here in the opening period. Manson at the points, got it. Back underneath the net where it's moved around the near side wall. By McLaughlin, comes back away. McLaughlin tattooed there, puck at the line. Coleman moved it forward. Blue Jays trying to clear it out. Andrew Coleman got it to Carter Coleman, and Carter Coleman goes down underneath the net now where he sets up shop for the Magi. 5-on-5 play here with 5:40 to play in the first at the line. Deal, hard wrister, make that Matson rather. Knocked down, puck comes away over to Walls. Matson holds it at the line, shot it into Schmeichel. Puck comes back away for the Jays. They come up to center ice with it, where they're met by Finley Bentz. He got it back to Schmeichel. It's a 3-on-3 into the zone. Here's Schmeichel fired on, pad save, and it comes back away down to Bentz, who sends it back to the top of the circle. Blue Jays just sail it right on out. That gets through skates, and it comes all the way down. Will we have an icing? We won't. Radke's got it here. 5:06 to play. Opening period, 1-0 Minot leading. The captain for the Magi, Jersey Abrahamson, had his first of the year with 7:14 remaining in the opening period. That's the only score that has been registered in the hockey game.
Oh, you just might not. You got to be a little bit more accurate. I mean, a little better coming out of your own zone. You can't mishandle a puck when you're coming in front of your goalie. That's not the place to have turnovers. Get a handle on it. Move your defenseman. Your job is to move the puck ahead. Headman the puck.
Radke and the collision with Whitman in the corner. Strand's got it now. Got it back away here to Panasuk. Tried to go up to Morelli. Too far in front of his reach. Comes back away now for the Blue Jays. Morelli forechecking hard. Tying the puck up just inside the blue line. Magicians out with it. Morelli sent it back with the backhand. Over to Panasuk. Shot save out in front. Hulberg's been good early on in this hockey game. That save number 9 on shot 10. And Minot High has had some quality chances early on in this game. Lead pass comes up for the Jays. Deal ridden off on the play with the strong work there from Dalton Ness. He sent it back underneath. It's a player for the Blue Jays. That's Gorner that's down. The skate blade came out of the toque on that skate. So he has to skate his way back over to the far bench with one knee on the ground. He's finally going to get cleared and back onto the Jamestown bench. Puck comes back away now for the Blue Jays, up off the wall, all the way down for Radke. He's going to have some company. Is back on top of him on the forecheck here for Jamestown is Jorison. Puck comes back up to the line, held by the Jays. Far side, Rutlick tried to move it off ahead. It comes out of the zone. We're down to 3:40 to play in the opening period. Blue Jays on the dump and chase. Dio bumps it on back. Got it to Radke. Not hard enough to get it out of the zone. Puck comes back away for Jamestown. Passed out front there as Sortland had the chance. Now Abrahamson to center with the motor on. It's a 3-on-4 for the Magi in. Abrahamson got fancy with it, went through the center slot, and then it's just sailed right back out to center. That's center. Richardson skates on in, whistled for the offsides. 3:09 left in the opening period. Today's game on the PSP Network brought to you by the UPS Store, located on South Broadway in the Magic City for all your packing and shipping needs. It's the UPS Store. Right in time for the holiday season. They're open 6 days a week for your convenience. I asked you earlier this week, I'll ask you again, is your Christmas shopping all the way complete?
Well, maybe a little bit more than the other day, but not much more.
Yeah. Well, take that as a no, my friend. Here's the drive that came in just wide. Maybe that's what we should do on Monday together. We could go and do a little shopping together.
Partner up, make it smart, save each other some headaches.
Puck dumped in. Back away it comes for the Blue Jays out of their own end. This is Struble. Now Rodacker's going to bring it back in for the Magi. He was awarded with our MVP of the game the other night at Bismarck Legacy for his hard work. Shot comes in on Blaze Ostrom. He's going to glove it. He'll hang on to it. 2:18 left here in the first.
Well, I think Minot's doing a nice job of keeping things to the perimeter. There's nothing wrong with giving up shots if they're from the outside and along the wall. Those are goalies, they love that kind of stuff. It's easy to see, pick up. You're not, the ones point blank, 10, 15, 20 out, that's the ones that are tough.
Panashuk fanned on the pass and the clear attempt right back out front. On the doorstep knocking was Whitman. Then he was met by the Minot High D-man. Comes back away to Strand, trying to get it over to Brock Manson. Off the wall it comes from Morelli, pokes it free. Now Panashuk and Morelli are in. Strand, the trailer, out in front. Strand's going to get it here. Strand's going to have to work it back down to the corner where Coleman gets it at the top of the point. Fired in just wide. Manson back in. Chip that one down to the corner. Strand on angle. That shot was blocked, and back away come the Blue Jays up to center. Panashuk's going to get a handle on it. Goes back to Strand. Minot High having a hard time putting the puck on the tape here compared to what we saw just the other night at Bismarck Legacy.
A lot of missed passes, fanning on things. They just got to sell down, and maybe the puck's bouncing around a little bit, but got to do a better job of that.
Down near the ice earlier on today, there was no question that the ice was a bit soft here at the All Seasons Arena for this matchup. There's Deal, had a big hit on the near side, and Deal's going to be charged with the penalty coming. It was a knee-to-knee collision, and kneeing will be charged here on Aiden Deal. We do apologize on camera work on that play. See it on the right side of your screen coming up here in just a moment. Hard to dispute anytime the knees come together. And the Blue Jays get their first power play, only a 2-minute power play coming here for Jamestown, as Jordan Kelly deemed that it wasn't egregious enough for a 5.
No, I mean, but anything close, like you said, they got to call those a kneeing penalty. You hate to see that. Just you got to be disciplined. I know you want to make that big hit, but you can't keep getting in penalty trouble in all these games.
Out of the power play go the Jamestown Blue Jays. Up at the point, across from Struble. Gets it back, one-timer. Didn't get to any of it. It comes away to Holland. He'll drop it down into the corner. Well, we're down to 35 seconds to play here in the opening period. Minot leading 1-0, but it's the Blue Jays on the power play as they start their motors up to center into the offensive zone with speed. This is Maddock that will carry down underneath the net of Ostrom. Sent it out front. Good dish for Jorson, but the bouncing puck was unable to be wrangled. And we're down to 15 seconds as Radke clears it for the Magi. All right, kids, get ready to count them down. We're at 10 seconds to play in the opening period. Puck comes away to the near side. One more chance for the Jays into the zone. Pushed out in front, knocked down there. It's taken by Panasuk, and Panasuk launches this puck to the other end of the ice surface. We have played 17 minutes at the All Seasons Arena in the Magic City. The only team to find the back of the net here in this one, 1-0. They lead on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. First intermission report comes up next. It's brought to you by Magic Towing. We'll break down that opening period of play and get you set for the second. It's North Dakota High School Hockey and WDA coverage here on the PSP Network.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
There is no place like the country club. 18 holes of immaculate golf, along with golf simulator, PGA staff, club fitting and lesson, driving range and practice green, pro shop, delicious food, endless fun in the pool, and activities for the whole family. Learn more and become a member today.
Let's get together for Christmas. Oh, let's be together this year. 'Cause it's been way too long. Let's sing a happy song. Sharing the love and all that Christmas cheer. Oh, let's get together for Christmas. Let's get the whole gang together. Let's get together this year.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about Magic Towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by PSP Network. It's game day.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold up. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Name it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
Built in the 1970s, the All Seasons Arena was home to Minot High hockey for many, many years before the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena became the home to Minot High, Minot State, and the Minot Minotaurs of the North American Hockey League. Today we're back at our old stomping grounds, brings back some memories, and it's kind of like an old WDA affair. 1-0 Minot High at the end of one period of play. Nick Hulberg, Matt Morelli on the call here this afternoon. It's our Magic Towing intermission report. Magic Towing, you blow it, we tow it. 701-509-4011. Put that number in your phone now. You'll be glad that you did. It's Magic Towing bringing you our first intermission report. Matt, overall, your thoughts on that first period of play? Up and down. Minot High's got a slight edge and a 1-goal lead at the end of one.
Well, I think Minot had some good pressure at times. I think we still had a lot of kind of miscues with passes, and it seemed like the puck was bouncing around and guys mishandling it coming out of our zone and in the neutral zone. And I mean, you got 2 full periods to go. They'll get rolling here, but Jamestown is on a back-to-back. They played last night, so they don't look tired. But Minot's got to get back to that, being a little more aggressive, like Thursday night at Bismarck Legacy, getting the puck deep, get it behind their defensemen, so you can go. Make those guys work for it. You want to wear them down. That's the name of the game. Minot rolls their lines, wear them down. You've got to get some more pucks on net. I think we just got to relax, calm down. It's not a grenade. The puck, you want to handle it, but you handle it with a calming effect. Be in control, like with composure. We've got to stay out of the box. Couple penalties. I mean, that they're going to call those, but. We've had issues in the past with penalties. We've got to get back to playing straight up hockey, physical, but being smart. You don't want to be killing all night. That disrupts everything on the bench with other lines. When you have to throw it, you can't send out 3 forwards, you got to send out 2. So then one guy kind of gets shorted, and then there's another pairing, and then that guy on that line he's out too. So it's one of those things where it kind of disrupts the flow a little bit. I think Minot's got to get back to settle down. These guys aren't going to roll over. They have a good goal, like you said, good goaltender. They always do. Jamestown is just known. It seems like every 3-4 years, just a guy. He's been playing since he was a sophomore, or maybe even earlier in there, and they got experience.
The Blue Jays down by a goal right now. Hearing from Matt Stockert in their locker room. The Magi hearing from Jason Bennett, John Grubb, and Jordan Willard. See what kind of adjustments are made at the end of one period before our second. Time for a look at the stats in this opening period of play. They're presented by our friends at Ryan Family Dealerships. For 50 years, Ryan Family Dealerships has been a trusted name in the car buying and car selling industry. Find them online, driveryan.com. massive inventory with locations in Minot and Williston. Minot leading the shot column 10-4. 9 saves for Hulberg, 4 for Blaze Ostrom. Both teams 0 for 1 on the power play. Should be an asterisk next to that Jamestown power play because they will have 53 seconds remaining on the power play that you see on your screen right here. 1-0 at the end of 1. Looking at the game reset, not a ton of highlights in that opening period, but there was one. It was Abrahamson that netted his first of the year, the Magi captain, giving Minot the 1-0 lead. That's where we stand at the end of 1 period. Coming up next week, we have a busy week. Had a busy week, I should say, this week. Next week, get a little bit of a break here, man. I think this is game number 10 for me here on the PSP Network. From this week, let's go to next week. Williston at Minot. Owen Patterson will have the call of high school basketball coming up on Tuesday night. That's a girls and boys game. Century at Legacy and boys hockey on Tuesday night.
That's going to be a good one.
That will be a good one. Mark your calendar for that contest. The Bismarck Demons come to Minot for a 7:30 showdown in boys hockey. The Demons are off a bit this year. They're at 0-7 right now inside of the WDA. They're a team that looking to go get back to where they came from. However, just a bit of an off year. Minot High licking their chops for the matchup with the Demons coming up on Tuesday. Nothing scheduled on Thursday. Friday we'll have our last matchups before a short holiday break, as we'll have St. Mary's at Bismarck in girls and boys high school basketball. And in girls basketball on Friday night, you've got Jamestown at Minot taking on the #1 ranked Majettes in the state of North Dakota for girls high school hoops. That's next week on the PSP Network. Well, we're about 7 minutes away from the start of period number 2. We'll take a break here on the Valvoline, on the Magic Towing intermission report. Can you tell it's been a long week? You don't, you got the tally mark going over here. Lucky I'm not putting them as tattoos on the misses on the week. I'd be all inked up, my friend.
Hey, that happens. There's got a lot of stuff when you're, got a lot of things going on.
Time for another Red Bull. We'll get set for the second and come back to our Magic Towing intermission report. You blow it, we tow it. It's Magic Towing bringing you the intermission that finds Minot leading 1-0 at the end of 1 period played.
Nobody thinks about personal injury until it happens. But when injury strikes, so will your bills and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
When it's time to choose your team, you want to pick the best.
I pick Carson Wentz. I pick Hunter Lipke.
Where'd you come from? I was in football just like you.
Always choose people you know and trust for your team, like your community bankers at First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
You have built an amazing life by working hard and doing your job well. Delivering financial advice is what we do well. At Ameriprise Financial, our job is to use our skills, experience, and research to help you become more successful in today's economy. What we want you to walk away from each encounter with is satisfaction in knowing that together, we've done what we can to help you work toward a better future.
Whether it's getting an education, making priceless memories, learning, or simply, whether it's getting an education, making priceless memories, learning to play, playing to learn, or simply getting where you need to go, the team at Ackerman Estvold has been behind these projects and countless others, developing critical infrastructure, valuable spaces, and even some good old-fashioned fun. Entrusted with the things you know, but delivering more than you may realize. Ackerman Estvold, trusted for decades and decades to come.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
Time for our second period of play. Jamestown Bluejays, Minot High Magicians, 1-0 Magi at the end of one. Nick Hulberg, Matt Morelli on the call from the All Seasons Arena here in the Magic City. Thanks for spending your Saturday evening with us for high school hockey. A big one in the WDA tonight. To win for the Magicians or for the Jamestown Bluejays will move them into a three-way tie at the top of the ladder inside of the conference. In the standings column, here's Nate Wall's power play for the Blue Jays, still out, sent in front. That puck is batted away. Minot's got a player down in the corner. And slow to get up over there is it Richardson, I believe it is. He's going to skate off gingerly here for the Magi.
I think you lost an edge crashing the boards. You just have the boards, they don't move at all. I mean, those things are solid. You don't want to see anybody crash whether it's our team or someone else's team. Nobody wants to see injuries. I don't care what sport it is.
I brought this up earlier on today for the Magi. They are at home here in the Magic City. However, making their long stay at the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. It's not exactly a home game for the Magi, playing at the All Seasons, having no standard locker room, if you will, and some of those amenities that they're used to over across town at the Pepsi rink. Still nice sleeping in your own bed and not having to travel, however. Puck on goal. Stop is made. Blaze Ostrom goes down and hangs on to it. 5 seconds remains on the deal kneeing call.
Either way, you got to play. I mean, guys, probably the biggest inconvenience is hauling their gear. You got to pack your stuff up and bring it to probably go get it at Pepsi, or some guys take it home, whatever they want to do. But I mean, it's come on, you guys, we're young guys. That should be the least of their worries. Get out there and play, make some plays, go have fun. You're on ice. It could be worse.
Morelli's got it for the Magi. Deal's going to come out of the box. Minot goes to full strength. Rolling puck comes all the way down on Kelberg. Puck comes away to Morelli. He's under the net. Went back up to Strand, got away from him, and now it's Lemon that skates it down, and Lemon moves it off to Morelli, who works on Gretzky's office again. Mackley Morelli with 10 points on the season, two-time All-West region, an All-State selection a year ago. Puck comes back away to the far top of the circle, comes back down to Strand. The ice is a bit wet still here. That forces that puck to not glide the way that it normally would. Strand's got it. Strand pinned up on the far wall. That's Ness there with him. Back at the point, Manson. Big save out front. Kelberg came up with the stop. And the puck is swept out now by the Blue Jays as they cross over center and dump it back in behind Ostrom as Maddox skated it forward. Magicians have possession again. They go to work at neutral. Into the zone they come. Strand is there trying to throw it across. Panasuk taken by the Blue Jays. They've got to rush to center. This is McLaughlin that's in. Fires it off. That one went off the knob of the stick of Blaze Ostrom. Fifth shot of the game. Minot High's net keeper. Make it sixth, as the puck comes back away to Radke. Radke's backhand attempt knocked down by the Jays. Comes back away here to Deal. He'll send it on out of the zone. And the rolling puck comes all the way down on its side, in on the goaltender. Kelberg will move it back away. And now the Blue Jays will set up shop where they start the rush. Here with Corner. Minot's got it in the offensive zone as it's Radke. Cross shot came on. Stop is made. Kelberg again. That's save number 13 for him here in this hockey game, Matt. Still 1-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Well, you just got to keep testing them. You got to shoot from anywhere. Just put them on net, and they'll come. There's no reason to get frustrated. You just got a lot of game but it's too close for comfort. I don't think you want to make any big mistakes. Just play solid. But we've got to do a better job of hitting that, making that first pass out of our own zone. It's got to be on the tape every time.
Mason Kramer Photography brings you this hockey game, by the way. Game action shots and senior portraits at Mason Kramer Photography. One of the best in the business. Find him. MasonKramerPhotography.com or on all social media platforms. The Magi from their own end with Finley Bentz. He's up to center. Bentz has the motor on into the zone, whistled for the offsides. And that stop of the play comes at 14:01 remaining here in our second. What do you think the big message was for Matt Stockert from the Blue Jays in between the first and the second?
I think they just probably got to start getting a little more offense going. They didn't have that many shots. You're not going to do much with 4 or 5 shots. You got to start putting more pucks on Ostrom and go from there. Crash the net, get rebounds. Easy. Simple stuff.
Top of the circle. Comes back away down to the Jays. They go to work with it and send it off the near side wall where it comes away to Maddock. Moved it free to the near side. Hit on the play was Stubble. He was moved off the puck, and the Magi have possession again now with Richardson. As Richardson reverses it back to Radke, and Radke will bring it away to the near side. Chipped off of the Magi. Rutlick, and the Jays will send it back in, but that will come down for an icing, and we'll have a stop here with 13:25 in the second. Not exactly the most flow to this hockey game here at the All Seasons Arena this afternoon.
No, not really. It's been a lot of sloppy play in the neutral zone, but I mean, they're going to have games like that. Sometimes it's just, you have to just grind it out, wait for your opportunities, but we've got to capitalize. We're just we're kind of misfiring on some of these passes and making the simple play. We talk about keep the game simple. It's not a hard game by any means, but you've got to make communication, making good passes, touch passes. Guys got to be ready for passes.
Off the glass to the far side. Magi in the offensive zone, but it's the Jays with possession. Gorner dumps it down. Richardson back on the retrieve. He takes it off the wall. Richardson brings it to the near side. Off the glass and up to center. Rutlick on the forecheck, but it's the Jays again that have possession. Here's the 1-on-2 back in. McLaughlin's got it. Off the wall it comes and away here to Lemon. He moves it free to Morelli on the far side. Morelli trying to clear, couldn't. Back out in front. That puck came over the head of Blaze Ostrom and down to the corner. The scrum continues on here where it's freed. McLaughlin's got it back up to the D-man pinching in. This is Whitman. Pokes it free out front. The Magi will clear. Morelli sent it out with the 9-iron, and the puck drops at center where the Magi will give chase. But it's Morelli's going to poke it free on the near side, but it's taken back by the Jays. This is Sortland. Back up off the glass, held in by Andrew Coleman. Dump and chases on for the Magi once again. Top unit out for Minot High with Panasuk, Strand, and Morelli. Strand fighting for it on the wall. He frees it, comes to Panasuk. Moved it off ahead. Panasuk's got it, sends it out towards the net. Went wide on the glove side. Morelli has it pinned up on the wall. Strand comes in to help out. Strand's got some real estate now, and Strand's going to go from behind the net, walking, firing. That one stopped by Kelberg. Comes back away down to Panasuk. Up at the point it went. It was knocked out of the zone there by Nate Walls, and it's Blaze Ostrom that's out of the net to play it. Oh, Blaze just sends it down to the corner. Minot High just seems like they need to turn up maybe the notch on the intensity level here in this hockey game. The decision-making for the Magi just a bit slower after what we saw the other night at Bismarck Legacy. And when you see a game like that where Minot High ran roughshod on that crew from Legacy, the #1 team in the WDA, it's kind of Jekyll and Hyde here this afternoon.
A little bit. I think Minot's playing a little bit too loose for. I mean, I get it. It's your third game this week, but you're kind of almost just taking things for granted. They're not going to give you anything easy today.
Radke at the point. Puck was knocked out, and give Jamestown credit, like you just mentioned. You don't find many Matt Stockert Blue Jay teams that don't come in and work with the hard hat and lunch pail for an entire 51 minutes. This team's certainly going to give their efforts here as they're looking to move up into the standings. Wraparound attempt out in front, loose of the paint. Schmeichel, backhand, drive, save, rebound. Kelberg makes a pair of stops on the doorstep as the Magi were like sharks in water. It was almost 2-0, but Kelberg came up with a pair of them to keep it A one-goal game.
Well, anything in front of you, you can't take a chance. You're a goaltender, and you're getting peppered. The team's having trouble making a clear, getting control. Just freeze it. It's the simplest way for a goalie to let the guys reset. Probably get some different. See, Jamestown makes a quick line change. You got to get some different guys. We keep having problems with, both teams seem to be having problems with the line changes. You're either too slow or you're past that. You only got so much time. As soon as his arm goes up, you can't make a change, and the ref will just send you back to the bench.
Deal's got it here from the point with a backhand. Got it down to Cope. New unit down for the Magi. It's Cope that's out there here with Hagano as the Magi mix it up just a bit. Back to the point. Radke's got it. Sent through traffic. Back up to Deal with a backhand. And Deal bumped it off ahead. Comes back away now. Where Deal is hounded, trying to feed it out front. Take it here off the glass with the backhander. All the way out of the zone it comes as Stubble sent it down. This is a Blue Jays 2-on-0. If they can get there in time, they can. They negate the icing. It's moved out front. Nobody home for the Jays. Puck comes back up to the line. Knocked down from Radke. Picked up by Cope. And Cope will start it up to center. Threw it across the middle. Back it comes to Radke. And Radke's got it here. Radke back to Deal. Deal's going to move it ahead off from the blue line. Cross ice. Cope's into the zone with it. He poked it off ahead. Player for the Jays goes down. That was Belzer. And now Rodacker down in the corner, scrubbing forward here for the Magicians with 10 on the dot to play in our second period. 1-0 Magi. On the BNC National Bank scoreboard, it was Jersey Abrahamson that scored his first of the season. That came back in the first period with 7:14 remaining in the opening frame. Nobody scored since then. Here's Finley Bentz, couple fancy moves, frees it to Coleman. Now on the rush is Rodacker into the zone. Rodacker trying to poke it free. Back to Bentz, had the hit, freed the puck, and Bentz is out from behind the net. Sent out. Coleman just couldn't get a stick on it, and puck comes away. Now here for the Blue Jays as they move it back to center. Richardson moves it off ahead. Jays go back with it off the glass, and an icing here on Jamestown with 9:23 to play in the middle period, just about halfway through the hockey game tonight.
Well, I think your Minot, you've got to do a better job of communicating out there. We don't hear a lot of guys talking. We've got a defenseman on Minot that skates all the way over the other side. His partner's already on the wall. I mean, come on. You got to take a look. You don't need to all that wasted energy. Puck gets by the defenseman, goes into our zone almost for a 2-on-0.
Lemon at the point, held the clear attempt, sent it right back in. Blue Jays on the near sidewall. Rutlick scrubbing forward. Puck comes away now to Holland. He had a pair against Legacy in an 8-2 win on Thursday evening for the Magi. Sent it off ahead, up to the point. Rutlick's going to have to come back to retrieve. Moved it up off the wall, but it's the Jays at Gorner that's got it. He'll walk and fire. Stick save there from the netminder for the Magi, Blaze Ostrom. Now the Magicians chip up to center. Foot race. Here's Holland trying to beat the man to the puck, but getting there is Stubble, and Stubble sends it free to the near side. Rutlick drops it back in. Off of Holland it goes, and that puck is going to be held at the half wall now by the Magi. Holland to Rutlick. Underneath the net to work back up to the point. Stubble held in. Richardson fired forward, knocked out. Here come the Blue Jays with Gavin Iverson. Sorry, make that Dalton Ness rather. He fired it down just wide of Ostrom. The Magi are going to send this one all the way down. That will be an icing here with 8:16 to play in the second.
Man, like plays like that, you got to get control of it. You don't have to be in such a hurry to. But the thing is, get control of it. Get control, make a good pass. You can still have plenty of time, but if nobody's talking to him, how does he know there's a guy breaking on the far side? Instead, you make a bad pass and goes all the way down for icing. Now the face-off center zone.
Shots are 15-7 Magicians. Holding on to a 1-0 lead with 8:13 ticking down here in the second period. Nick Hulberg and Matt Morelli on the call here from the All Seasons Arena on the North Dakota State Fairgrounds. From Matson on the near side, he was upended. Walls will take it and dump it right back in. Andrew Coleman on the retrieve, but it's Walls in deep. Who's got it? Walls from behind the net, sent out front. Ostrom had a stick on it. Then it's taken by the Magicians. And Panasuk, Ostrom sticks that one aside. Matson in after it on the far wall. Matson was tattooed on the boards. Delay call coming here on the Blue Jays. Minot's going to get their second power play of the game as soon as Jamestown touches. But first, Strand is in with it to Panasuk, and Panasuk sets up shop. That's vacant on the far side of the ice as the Magi have the 6-on-5 until the Blue Jays can touch here. It's Coleman that has it on the wall, poked it back up to the line, still a scrum for it. Now the Magi touch it. Jordan Kelly said, the Blue Jays touch it. Jordan Kelly said they did there, and it will be a power play coming up for Minot High School with 7:19 to play in this second period. Big chance for the Magi on the Serve Pro power play.
I think if you're Minot, you got to start, making these better passes. We're kind of coming out of our zone with just not a lot of, energy. It seems like we're just throwing it up the middle without making a good hard pass. You're not gonna. That's not the way you want to come out of your zone.
Panasuk to Coleman. Power plays out for the Magicians. At the far point and handling here. Radke gets it now at the center point. Radke back over to Panasuk near side. Down low it comes to Strand. Strand sends it across the middle. And Morelli's going to track it down here. Back Morelli back up to the point. At the line for Radke. Back over to Panasuk. Now Radke over to Morelli. That pass away from Morelli's tape, and it comes back to the Blue Jays. Morelli's got it again. Morelli works across the top of the slot. Morelli thought about it. Now he's going to unload. Sent it wide. Puck comes back away to Radke. Radke sets it up here. Down to a minute 17 of power play time. Minot High looking for their first shot on the man advantage. Panasuk went behind Morelli, and it comes back away now to Radke. Radke out front. Panasuk had it on the tape, lost it. Blue Jays are shorthanded. This is Helko that moves it into Minot High territory. Helko skating down. Morelli played the angle and took the puck away. Now Radke's to center. Off of Panasuk. Into the zone it comes for the Magi, but it's the Blue Jays that have it with Sortland. Radke will hold the line, comes away back over to Strand, and Strand's got it here. Drops it back Morelli. Power plays down to 41 seconds remaining for the Magi as Radke from the line thought about it. Now Radke's got real estate, fires on, and the stop is made from the Blue Jay goaltender Kjellberg. Minot High's first chance at shot on the power play. They're struggling just a bit here in this hockey game.
Well, it's tough. You need quality shots, but we're just, I don't know, we're not moving it quick enough, crisp enough. You've got to get, you want to set for a good shot, but we're taking too long to get the setup, and Jamestown's just kind of reading what the play Minot's doing here.
Puck comes back away, far side. This is Holland with it. Holland back up, Richardson. He'll fire, blocker, stop. Caromed off the glass right out in front. Then the Jays will take it and send it all the way down. Ostrom's going to come out of the net to play it here. Blaze Ostrom sends it free to the near side where it comes all the way up to center from Rutlick. Jamestown's going to go 2 for 2 on the penalty kill here in this hockey game as they send it all the way down. And the Jays are now officially full strength as out of the box goes Trout. And it will be the Magi with possession. Up to neutral ice where it went off of Holland. Right back in from Jamestown. Ostrom was out of the net to play it, got away from him, down to 5:05 to play in the second. Comes away up to center ice, lead pass got away from Abrahamson. On the retrieve is Sortland. Fired it free to the far side where it's picked up Whitman. Taken by Schmeichel, center. Schmeichel had it, lost it, comes back away. Up now to Deal. Fires in, that one went off the catching mitt. Down to the corner for the Magi and going to work here. There's Rodacker, back to the point for Andrew Coleman. Then Rodacker, back to Coleman. Up top, Coleman just shot it right into the legs there of the defender for the Jays. That was Whitman, and Minot High will have to regain control and set back up in their own defensive end. They send it all the way down. Comes back away now to Schmeichel. Center slot, backhand, tipped in front. Rodacker out front had the chance. Set up by Hagenau, but it's the Blue Jays that clear it out. Shots are now 16-8 here in this hockey game as the Magi have possession off to Schmeichel. Puck's turned over. In is Nate Walls. He'll walk and fire, and Walls fires it in. Blaze Ostrom makes the save here with 4 minutes and 2 seconds to play in the second period. Still 1-0. The chances have certainly been on a premium here in the second period.
Yeah, I don't know. Minot hasn't looked as sharp this period. Jamestown, I think it's just they haven't had a lot of shots either, but it's been a lot of kind of fumbling the puck and nobody can get control of it. It's just kind of back and forth action. I don't, not terrible, but just not like you said, not a lot of flow right now.
Drive comes in. Stop is made there. Trout had the shot on goal. And the Magi pushed to center here for Coleman. Dumped in on Ostrom. That's a tricky play. That one bounced in. Ostrom made the stick save. Puck comes away on the near side wall. Minot High trying to clear. Down to 3:40 to play here in the second. It's a Magi team that comes into this game leading the West Region in point production, scoring 5.5 per game. They've been held to 1 here in this contest as Nate Walls and company are back in. Ostrom made the stop. Rebound comes away, sent to the side of the cage. Trout had the shot on the odd angle, and the net's going to come off its moorings at a stop with 3:20 to play here in the second. Blue Jays creeping up in that shot column. It's now 16-12. Minot High on top still in that category, but the Blue Jays coming in hot after being down 10-4 in the shot column in the first.
Well, they're kind of starting to take it to Minot a little bit. They're getting more pucks on net, but Minot's got to get back to aggressive play, like we were saying. Get in there and be physical. Get the pucks down the corners deep. Make their Jamestown defensemen work for it.
Blue Jays underneath the net. They working around from Jorson in front of the cage. Puck comes back away for the Magi. Taken back into the zone. It comes here. Tangen up top. Andrew Tangen, senior, looking for his second point of the year. Comes off of Strand, and now Deal's got it. Deal up to Strand.
Boy, we're having a tough time controlling passes here.
I'm almost having to think that it's soft ice here at the All Seasons Arena. Back in, drive comes on from Deal, and Deal fired it in. The netminder, Hulberg, makes the stop. That makes a difference in how easy it is to control the puck if it's soft.
It could be. You wouldn't be able to tell because it's cold in here today, but I mean, I don't know. I think Minot's just got to settle down. Maybe they're pressing too hard. Didn't think that Jamestown was going to be ready after a back-to-back, but you still have plenty of hockey left, and it's too close. 1-goal lead is nothing for hockey.
Back up at the point, held by Radke. Into traffic and went. Now it's taken by Rodacker. Fired it wide of the cage on the glove side. Radke had the hit on the far wall. Puck's free down to Holland. Back up to Rodacker, who's in. Stick save there. Hulberg denied that puck. 2-for-2 scrum in the corner. Comes back away up to the point where Deal tried to go back to Holland. Now it's sent all the way down into Minot High territory. Will it get there for an icing? They're going to wave the icing off.
Letting them play, but I mean, close like that, yeah, you got to let them go.
Back at center, fired forward. Deal knocked it down. Went over to Rutlick. Now there's a stop on the play. Too many men in the ice.
Too many men, Jamestown or Minot. We had the puck. I would think it's on Jamestown.
Well, Jordan Kelly had the call. He's going to.
I think the rule on a too many men is you call it right away. I'm almost sure of that. I think it is.
That would make sense because the Magi will go to the power play here. This is the third power play of the game for Minot High School with under 2 to play in the second. 1-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard, courtesy of a goal from the Magi and their captain, Jersey Abrahamson, that came back in the first. Morelli at the far point. Stick handling here. Surveys. Goes back up now to Radke. Over it comes Panasuk. Down to the corner. Sent out front. Radke gets it. Fires. Oh, big blocker stop there from Hulberg. Comes back away down to Strand. To the point. Radke's got it again. Works it back to the near side. In front of Panasuk. Reached for it. Got it. Sent it down Strand. Strand back up to Panasuk. Panasuk, 9 points on the year for the Magi. Comes back to Morelli. Now Radke back to Panasuk. Down in deep for Strand. Minute 20 on the power play. Panasuk's shot was denied out front by Walls, and Panasuk had a rolling puck that he couldn't control. Comes back up now to Radke. He's in with it. Radke had the lane. Sent it back over. Backdoor. The Magi got it to Morelli, and a big shot block in deep. And stung on that play was Trout. Here comes Morelli. He's hooked up. Minot High is going to end up on a 5-on-4. Puck's going to be sent down here by the Jays. I'm sorry, a 6-on-4 for a moment as Blaze Ostrom came off. And Minot goes
5-on-3.
5-on-3 now is what I'm trying to get to.
That's all right. Well, I mean, it was nice. Your mind's moving the puck well, but making some flip passes, and you can't control those. They got to be good passes, crisp, on the ice. a foot pass in the air or higher, it isn't really what you're looking for. It was a great block by the Jamestown player there, because that was one-timer and that looked like goal. But you've got to take advantage of these chances. Our power play has been really a struggle.
49.2 seconds to play here in the second. Big opportunity for the Magi. 5-on-3 for the Magicians as Radke's got it. Radke cycles it down here to Panasuk. Back to Radke. Now Morelli. Morelli up top. Here's Radke with the lane. Sent it down. Panasuk working out. Minot High brings it back up to Strand as Wall's got a stick on it. Morelli's got it here. 25 seconds of the period. Now Morelli. Drop down. Strand surveys. Back to Morelli. Now Radke, center slot. Radke brings it to his left. Drop down. Strand out front. Went to Coleman. Came to Morelli. Little chip shot on goal, and Hulberg will hang on to it. 12 seconds left in the second. 18 seconds left on the Magi. 5-on-3.
Well, it'd be nice to pop one here in the next 18 seconds, because then you're still on 5-on-4. Still on the power play, but goal is, we just got to get some quality shots here.
ServPro 24/7 emergency service with trained technicians and advanced technology. ServPro serving Western North Dakota. All right, kids, cut them down. We're at 9 seconds as Panasuk has it. Bottom of the circle. Magi need to hurry here. Drive went wide. Puck comes back up. Morelli tees it up. Knocked down. Puck sent out of the zone. And Maddock made the stop for the Jamestown Bluejays. Their penalty kill, the player of the contest right now, is the Magicians having a hard time registering shots on the power play, including the 5-on-3. We've got ourselves a 1-0 hockey game through 2 periods of play at the All Seasons Arena. 2 teams that can bury the biscuits, having some trouble in that category here this afternoon. Will it end 1-0? That's the question. We'll come back to our intermission report brought to you by Magic Towing.
Nobody thinks about personal injury until it happens. But when injury strikes, so will your bills and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess, and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
When it's time to choose your team, you want to pick the best.
I pick Carson Wentz. I pick Hunter Lipke.
Where'd you come from? I was in football just like you.
Always choose people you know and trust for your team, like your community bankers at First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
You have built an amazing life by working hard and doing your job well. Delivering financial advice is what we do well. At Ameriprise Financial, our job is to use our skills, experience, and research to help you become more successful in today's economy. What we want you to walk away from each encounter with is satisfaction in knowing that together, we've done what we can to help you work toward a better future.
Whether it's getting an education, making priceless memories, learning to play, playing to learn, or simply getting where you need to go, the team at Ackerman Estvold has been behind these projects and countless others, developing critical infrastructure, valuable spaces, and even some good old-fashioned fun. Entrusted with the things you know, but delivering more than you may realize. Ackerman Estvold, trusted for decades and decades to come.
The dictionary defines community as a group of people living in the same place or sharing common goals. Community is the largest part of our name, and we make it the largest part of our business. We support our local schools, organizations, youth programs, and local events from Bowman to Bismarck, because we all share a common goal to better the quality of life in our communities. Come bank with us at Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your real community bank.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by PSP Network. It's game day.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Name it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by PSP Network. It's game day.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shots Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shots Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shots Crossroads.
96 matchup all time between Jamestown and Minot. Sits at 1-0 in favor of the Magi, looking for win number 61 in this lifetime series, trying to avoid loss number 36. Nick Hulberg, Matt Morelli on the call on the PSP Network here from the All Seasons Arena of the Magic City. Matt, your big takeaways from this hockey game? It seems like it's maybe not the most flowing game that we've seen for either team. However, got to look at the schedules and know that there's been quite a bit of action here this week, and maybe game number 3 in a week could play a factor, and night number 2 of 2 for Jamestown plays a factor as well. How do you correct that?
Well, I think you just got to tell the guys, listen, you got 17 minutes. It's going to be a battle this last period. It's a grind. I was thinking with Matt Stockert's teams usually are pretty good defensively. They play solid. They might not be the flashiest guys back there, but they play smart. They keep things to the outside. We were talking about perimeter shots on the outside. They're a goalie. They're not going to. Chances are you're not going to score in many of those. I think you're Minot. You've got to get back to that aggressive play, get more shots. Minot didn't have that many shots at that period. I think we need to get back to offensive zone. Emphasis saying, come on, let's get a little bit better in the offensive zone.
Taking a look at the numbers from the second and first periods. Minot up 1-0. They're out shooting Jamestown 20-12. Both goaltenders playing well in the showdown. Hulberg 19 of 20 for stops. Blaze Hostrup 12 of 12 in this hockey game. 0 for 1 on the power play for the Bluejays. Minot 0 for 2 in the second period, but they start the third with 6 seconds of a 5-on-3, followed by another minute 5 of 5-on-4 power play time. These numbers brought to you by Ryan Family Dealerships. Locations in Western North Dakota. You can browse their massive inventory online, driveryan.com. There haven't been many highlights in this hockey game, only one goal. It was Jersey Abrahamson back in the first period of play. Abrahamson with 7:14 remaining in the opening period. Then in his first of the year, the captain of the Magi has the lone goal in this hockey game. He was assisted by Radke. And we're set for the third here at the All Seasons Arena. Well, the Magi look for a quick start. Notice that there's 5 white uniforms on the ice and only 2 up front for the Blue Jays. Now they're going to have 4, 2 up front, 2 on the back end now for Jamestown, as there will be a 5-on-4 as the Magi come out with the puck here with Strand. Back up top. Radke's got it again. Radke back over to Panasuk. Panasuk Nice play from Von Romsdahl. Got the stick in the way, and the Blue Jays cleared all the way down. Here's Radke with it. Up to center ice. Radke got it off here to Mackley. Morelli, point leader for the Magi, takes it in. Morelli's going to take it behind the net. Dropped it off for Strand. Strand's got it here. Goes up top now to Radke. Radke moving to the right side. Goes back to his left for Morelli. Back underneath the net now. Strand out front. Oh, on the doorstep was Coleman on the one-timer. Didn't get all of it. Radke had trouble with it at the point. To the Magi have to regroup at center ice, where Panasek goes back to Morelli. Morelli's going to skate down. 8 seconds to the Serpro power play. Morelli tried to pick a high corner. He missed. Comes back to Radke at the line. That Whistler went high and wide. Puck comes all the way down. This will be an icing. No, it will not. They're going to say that Jamestown was still shorthanded. That forces Ostrom to play it. Puck comes back away from Radke. Up to center ice. Strand on the near wall. Bumped into there. The Magi will have to regroup back in their own territory. Here's Morelli at center. Flipped off ahead. Minot goes for a change. That gives the Blue Jays some real estate on the near side. It's dumped down into Minot High territory where Richardson has it here. Richardson away to the near side. Spins back to the far, and Richardson will start the rush back up to center for Minot High School. On the backhand. Puck's taken away by the Jays. Minot gets it back at center. Into the offensive zone now for Abrahamson. Underneath the net, puck taken away here. Sortland's got it. Lemon pinches in for the Magicians. Puck goes away to the far side. Abrahamson went down. He was waiting for the call on the play. He's not going to be granted that. As Minot will dump it in, they'll give chase again. There's a player down for the Blue Jays on the far side. That's Gabe Halko. Slow to get up and to get off here for Jamestown as that shot rose in off the glove of Blaze Ostrom, and it's the Magi that bring back the puck to center. Lemon with possession. He's into the zone. Lemon across in the middle. Comes back to Hall and shot it off the side of the cage. Now the Blue Jays up to center. Deal back with it. Deal just sent it off ahead. And Jamestown's going to regroup and bring it back up to the neutral ice territory. Well, you look at the history as of late between these two hockey teams. Minot had a win last year in the regular season at Jamestown 3-1. Jamestown came to Minot to the Pepsi rink and won 4-1. Jamestown then won the final meeting of the year after Minot won in the regular season, won in the West Region tournament 5-1 last year. But at the state tournament and loser outplay, it was the Blue Jays that eliminated the Magi at the Ralph Eggleston Arena 4-2. It's been a teeter-totter affair over the last 4 games between these two teams. Schmeichel tried for the wraparound on the reverse, back behind the cage. It's tied up on the back of the mesh, and we'll have a stop of the play with 13:29 to play here in the third period.
Well, you talk about when goals are hard to come by, that's when you're looking for that greasy one. It doesn't have to be fancy. Anything towards the net, rebounds, garbage, hits, goes off your shin pad. You'll take whatever you can get. You've got to put them on net. You got to hit the net. We got to start talking. I think there's not enough communicating out there. You don't hear anything. That's not good at this level.
Puck comes back away in the offensive zone. It is the third period. Here's a drive that comes in. Stop is made from Kelberg. Got it marked as second period here on the board inside the arena. We'll shoot a text down to Don Rosted, who's in the box here tonight. Up at the point for Radke. Fired it in, loose side of the cage. Oh, Morelli was on the doorstep. Just couldn't get a handle on it. And it's the Blue Jays with possession back up to center. Minot has had some chances here tonight. Bouncing puck from time to time. Morelli was on the doorstep looking for point number 11. Just couldn't wrangle it in with a yawning goalmouth.
Kind of jammed him a little bit, just handcuffed him. And that's kind of the way it's been a little bit for going for Minot. It's kind of been their day. Can't quite get a handle on it. There's been chances and it's just bouncing over their stick. But you can't let, you got to keep working. You can't dwell on a couple bad breaks. Jamestown's had a couple bad, unlucky breaks too.
Up to center for the Jays now. They're going to skate into Minot High territory with it. Ostrom goes down. He'll hang on to it. Blaze Ostrom makes the save. This hockey game, by the way, brought to you by our friends at Minot State. 96% of recent college grads are either employed or continuing their education at Minot State. MSU grads get jobs, period. Be seen, be heard, be you. From the line, puck shot from an odd angle. Ostrom made the save. Blue Jays trying to wrap around to the near side. The effort is there from Whitman, but the puck escapes the zone as the Magi brought it to center, taken at the neutralized territory by Dalton Ness. He just dumps it right back in. Here comes Aiden Deal with the puck. He goes up to center ice, taken by the Jays, right back in with it. They have a chance out front. Oh, point blank shot on goal. Blaze Ostrom makes the save of the game so far for his outing, where he's got 15 saves of the contest. That one was on the doorstep.
That's kind of some sloppy play by the Minot defenseman. You're coming up ice. You might beat the first guy, but you better just chip it off the wall or chip it out into the neutral zone, because we're giving up plays. What a save!
Back-to-back saves of the game as Hulberg kicked out the pillow and robbed Finley Benson company for the Magi. What a stop that was. Hulberg's got the move of the game right there, folks. My goodness. Watch this opportunity for the Magi. Watch the left leg of the Jamestown netminder just come out. Not on that one right there. Pad save and a beauty for the Jamestown goalkeeper to keep it a 1-0 score in favor of the Magi. My goodness. Off the draw. Puck is taken here to the near side. Up to center ice. The Blue Jays rush off ahead. Minot gets it back. Towering it up off the glass was Brock Madsen. Rodacker in deep. Tried to go to Holland. Puck comes all the way down again. This will be another icing charged on the Blue Jays. That icing brought to you by our friends at the UPS store located on South Broadway in the Magic City. The UPS store for all your packing and shipping needs. Prestwich Orthodontics, they bring the game tonight to you as well, specializing in braces and Invisalign for all ages. 0% financing and free consultations either in the office or online at Prestwich Orthodontics. How about a save there from Hulberg that's worthy of the highlight reel and probably even a top 10 on SportsCenter.
Oh, there's another one right there. It went off a deflection. He's had a couple great saves.
At the point, Richardson fired into traffic. Here comes Nate Walls on the rush. Walls is going to walk down, fires. Ostrom denied him as Blaze Ostrom made the save, and now the Magi bring it back in with Morelli across the middle. Here's Panasuk walking, firing, and the stop is made as the goaltenders are starting to really shine here in this third period of play. They have certainly been the MVPs in this hockey game. 26-16 are the shots on goal. But we've got ourselves a 1-0 score on the BNC National Bank.
That was Richardson with that chance, I think you meant. 9, yep. No, that's all right.
Thank you, Matty.
Just testing you.
Let's put the tally mark down on it. Puck comes back away to the near side. Up to center, it's pushed off ahead. Deals back on the retrieve for the Magi in his own territory. In that interview with Mario Lamoureux on Thursday night, I had a blooper. I got asked as soon as I walked through the door here tonight what I was doing before the hockey game in Bismarck, because my question for Mario Lamoureux is, do you ever think that hockey is just taken out of the game, is how I said it. Here comes Panasuk, far side, back in front. Oh, Strand on the doorstep. Couldn't get a handle on it. Now the chance for the Jays up to center. What I meant to say was, do you think hitting will ever be taken out of the game completely? Here's Deal walking in, firing. Mario knew what I was talking about, as former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux captain and I had a nice conversation about the changes in the game just a few nights ago. Puck comes back away down to Panasuk. Hit traffic, went high up in the air. Puck's knocked down, loose out front. Now the Jays are going to be forced to send it to the other end of the ice on the icing with 10 on the dot to play in the third. It's 1-0. Minot High still on top of the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Well, I think Minot's had some good chances. You're seeing Jamestown's kind of pinned in their zone. All they can do last couple shifts is ice the puck, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you're Jamestown, you take it because you need some fresh guys out there. But if you're Minot, you just got to keep working. You've got some close breaks, maybe a couple bad bounces, but they'll come.
Shots are now 27-17. Minot with a 10-shot edge in this hockey game. A big one in WDA play. Both of these teams have 9 points, tied for second inside the WDA standings, trying to track down Legacy and Century, who each have 12. Up over center, it was Rutlick that went down over the red line. Puck comes back away on the far wall, sent into Minot High territory. The dump and chase from the Blue Jays and Maddock. Minot's Holland's got room here. Trying to force it up the wall, comes all the way back in on Ostrom, and Blaze Ostrom's forced to hang on to it. 9:23 to play in regulation.
Oh, we talk about coming out of your zone. You just, if you're going to chip it off the glass, boards glass, it's got to be high. You can't allow it to get knocked down at the blue line, because you've at least get it into the neutral zone. It takes all the pressure off of our 5 guys out there. We're having a lot of plays where we're not getting it out at the blue line. It's getting knocked down. You saw that bad clearing. You got to be better than that.
Blue Jays have possession here. Shot in front of the net. Came in on Ostrom. He made the stick save. Magi trying to clear now, but it's the Jays that hold. Up to center from Bentz. And Finley Bentz will start the motor into the offensive territory. Fired it off the glass. Coleman chipped it down in deep. Scrum continues. There's going to be a call coming on Coleman. He's going to go to the box on a tripping call. And the Blue Jays will go to the power play with under 9 to play in this third period. Jamestown awarded with their second power play of the hockey game. And a big chance coming here now for Matt Stockert's crew.
Well, it's a big kill for Minot. Those are tough. Some call. I mean, overall, it's been not too bad a game for penalties for Minot, but they're kind of ill-timed. You don't want to be taking them at this point in the game, and you got to be smart. You got to know when to, when not to, when to let up on a finishing a check.
Here's Nate Walls, point leader for the Blue Jays. Whistler came in on net, and Blaze Ostrom made the save. He went down onto the pillows and hung onto it.
That's what you got to do. Come out and cut that angle down. Come out and challenge him. As long as you can see it well, it's the defenseman's job to make sure Ostrom can see those shots from the slot there.
Nate Walls could fire it, by the way. He's got 10 points on the year. He leads the Blue Jays in the scoring column. Off the draw, he's ridden down there by Brock Matson. Then the Magi will clear.
That was a close call. I think Matson got away with one there. That was close.
8:38 to play in regulation. 1-0 Minot High. They scored all the way back at 7:14 remaining in the first period. In on the move. This is Maddock walking down. Back away here for Trout. Make that Walls, excuse me. Puck goes off the wall, comes away now to Maddock. Back at the point, shuffled off ahead from Dalton Ness. Bottom of the circle, Jays have possession with 1:16 remaining of power play time. That Serpro power play making their second trip to the ice surface tonight here for the Jays. From behind the net, they work from the near side. Up top for Whitman, back at the line. Shot missed on the glove side. Matson trying to clear. It's taken away. Jays right in close. The stop is made. Back door. Oh, yachting goalmouth to the Magi. Try to clear. Morelli can't. Now he blocks the shot. The puck is going to be freed up to center ice. Might have dodged a bullet there big time. As back in come the Blue Jays on the near wing. This is Romsdahl that carries down. Behind the net, Romsdahl looks for the outlet. Holland causing some trouble here on the Blue Jay power play. Ranke had the hit in the corner. Puck is freed for the Jays. Maddock right to the center slot. Mata trying to clear. They can't at the line. Romsdahl again. Blaze Ostrom gloves it and hangs on tight. 7:22 left in the third. It was almost 1-1.
Well, penalty kill, you can't really be fancy, especially when you've been out there a while. You got to know just to fire it down. Sometimes making that one move, it's just too much. You just got to fire it off the glass.
7:22 left in regulation. Off the draw for the Blue Jays. Puck comes away to the far side, top of the circle. The Serpro power play out for another 18 seconds. Puck's in front of the Minot High net. Trying to clear the zone of the Magi. They finally will, as Abrahamson poked it free up to the near side. And back at center ice we go. Stubble's going to carry it in. Stubble walking, firing, high riser missed. Puck goes off of Abrahamson's tape and he rolls it all the way down. Under 7 to play in regulation, Matt. We've got ourselves a bit of a barn burner tonight at the All Seasons Arena. Off the wall on the near side. Minot High is going to have to regroup at center as Lemon dumped it back in. Holland and company went out for a change for the Magicians. Tied up inside the blue line. Minot High working here with 2 Blue Jays on the puck. That's a 4-on-2 scrum. And Schmeichel comes out with it, makes a move out front, backdoor dish. Oh, what a play! Schmeichel off to Finley Benson. He bangs it home, and the Magi lead 2-0.
What a play. I mean, that's unselfish play there. He either could have took it to the net, took a backhand, but that's heads up by Schmeichel. That's what you do. You're unselfish. More times it's going to reward you for those good plays like that.
Look at the heads-up play for Schmeichel. Got it out front, found Finley Bentz, and Finley Bentz tucks it home.
You got a Jamestown timeout.
3rd of the year for Bentz, point number 5. Matt Stockert calls a timeout here for the Blue Jays with 6:21 left in the 3rd. What a play that was, wasn't it?
It was. It's heads up. You're thinking, and the defenseman went to Schmeichel and left Bentz wide open, and that's just a one-timer. But you can't fault the goalie on that. That's like a 2-on-1 with the defenseman not picking up the open guy.
Well, we'll listen in on the official goal call. Finley Bentz has his 3rd of the year. Schmeichel comes up with point number 5. Cohen Schmeichel, the junior for the Magi, merging onto the scene here this year. He's got 3 goals and 2 assists now. Best hockey here in the WDA, and a nominee for our move of the game here tonight on the unselfish play to give Minot High a 2-0 lead with 6:21 left in the 3rd. A little more breathing room for the Magi, but this one far from over tonight at the All Seasons Arena. Jays on the retrieve in their own territory. Up to center, bouncing puck, knocked away from Deal. Comes back to Finley Bentz. He's into the zone, trying to return the favor. Bentz has it, backhand, stick save there. As the puck comes free to the top of the circle on the near side. And up to center ice it comes, where it's pushed off ahead from Nate Walls. Excuse me, that was 26. McLaughlin, rather. Dumped in. Richardson sends it down. Magi will give chase as half of them go on for a change. Fresh horses come out for the Magicians as the Blue Jays clear up to center. Outside the blue line it comes. Radke just sends it in. Over to the far corner. Walls in after it. Morelli now giving chase back behind the net. Look at the stick that's stuck in the Zamdor from the D-man here for the Blue Jays. Ness pulls it out of the wall. The puck comes back away now for the scrum on the far side wing. Still scrumming. Morelli's going to come away with it. Morelli out front. Panasuk trying to go top corner on the blocker's side. Robbery again from the netminder. He has had himself a night here tonight, hasn't he? Hulberg comes up and makes another stop on the play.
That looked like a sure goal for Panasuk. I think he got his blocker on it. Great stop.
Ryan Family Dealerships replay here. Morelli got it over to Panasuk. Yeah, the waffle board came up. I don't know what Matt Stockert's got in the water in Jamestown, but they seem to find a netminder each and every year to create some major headaches inside the WDA. Puck's fired forward over to the far wing. Off the wall. This is going to be a rush into the offensive zone. Richardson pokes it free, but the Blue Jays have it. That one went just wide of Blaze Ostrom. Magi trying to clear now as Morelli moves it up to center. Strand scrumming forward there as well. Backhand, off it comes. Here's Panasuk trying to go out front. Nice diving play there. Stubble made the stop, and now it's iced all the way down here by the Blue Jays. We are down to 4:26 to play in this 3rd period. It's picked up a bit here in the 3rd, it's fair to say.
Pace is picked up. If you're Jamestown, you're probably going to have to start taking chances. You're going to have to probably do some more pinching, maybe look for a long stretch pass to open it up a little bit, free a guy for a chance, but they've got to do something. They're down 2 now, a little over 4 minutes.
Schmeichel's unit back out for the Magi, but it's taken by the Blue Jays up to the line. Out of the zone from Sortland. Minot looking to get back on D because crashing out front, McLaughlin was calling for it in front of the Magi cage. Andrew Coleman ended up on his backside. Puck's freed. That one sent to cross the goal mouth there from Goner. Comes back away now here to the Magi as Holland spins it away to the far wing. This one comes all the way out of the zone. Under 4 to play in regulation from the All Seasons Arena here in the Magic City. Schmeichel's got it, tees it up, sent and wide. Puck comes back away up at the line for the Magi. Off of traffic in front. And the faceoff will come back on the blocker side of the Jamestown net keeper, Lewis Kelberg. 2-0 on his senior campaign. 3 goals against average and an 89% save percentage. That 89 is going to climb here tonight. He's seen 31.
He's played well. He's kept him in it, especially in this third when Miles had applied a lot more pressure.
Drive came in from Finley Betts. That riser missed. One thing new about the All Seasons Arena, besides these blue seats that they put in a few years back, they've got some subwoofers up here in the ceiling, don't they?
Quite a few.
On the near side wall. Finley Bentz is out with it. Across the blue line, Bentz hangs out of the puck. Bentz will take it far wing, but Walls stripped him. But a stop of the play went up into the mesh. It's the other thing about the All Seasons Arena that is unique, where they've got netting all the way around the entire ice surface, not only just behind the goals, but all the way around for the safety of the spectators. I like the safety aspect. I'm not a big fan of the net, however. Here's a drive from the line. Save, rebound, comes away. Finley Betts kicked it towards the net. Coleman having a scrum out in front of the Jamestown net. That will put the net off its pegs. The nets.
I'm like you. I don't think you should have. I think the sides should be wide open, but they go for safety, and that's probably maybe a good thing. But if you're in the higher levels, the sides are always open, because if you shoot the puck over in your own zone, it's a 2-minute penalty for a delay of game.
In on the draw. This is Trout for the Blue Jays. Carter Coleman for the Magi with 3:04 to play in regulation. Monit's up by a pair at 2-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Bentz trying to hold the zone. Rodacker there as well. Puck is pushed off ahead, and now we go back into the offensive zone. Stubble moves it to the far wing, hitting the brakes. Trout trying to move it ahead forward, but it's taken by Bentz on the near wing. Coleman settles the rolling puck. Real estate for Radke. 2.5 to play in regulation. Tried to fire it forward to Bentz. He gloved it, dropped it down. Bentz is going to crash in. Underneath the net now. Bentz will get it back. Coleman settles it and brings it to the top of the circle. Fires off the stick of the netminder Kelberg again. Underneath the net now, it comes for Deal out front. Puck is knocked away by the Jays, and Lundy comes away here to Radke, and Radke sends it in. 2:10 ticks down in regulation. Minot High trying to remain perfect on the week. The Blue Jays are trying to pick up some points after they lost to Century last night, 6-5. Out in front, here's Panasuk, backdoor. Finley Betts had the chance. Defensive play from Sortland was there, and Sortland came up with an excellent stop.
It was a right idea, but he just kind of telegraphed his pass a little bit. Went on, he could have used the backhand, but he just kind of turned and went to his forehand and gave the goalie just enough time to get over there, that defenseman, to kind of read that. He's going to move it over to him.
At the line for the Magi, Richardson comes away. Panasuk, yawning goal mouth. He shoots and scores. Well, we'll look at it again on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay as Easton Panasuk had this one come right to him. That puck carom off the end boards. It was passed down. Nice play from the point as it came to Panasuk. And Panasuk tucked it in. And the Magicians now have some breathing room at 3-0 with Panasuk's team high 6th goal of the year with 91 seconds remaining. Strand on the assist. I missed who the other assist was for the Magi.
Richardson.
Thank you very much. Richardson from the point. Here's a drive that comes in, tipped out in front to the Minot High goal. 50 seconds to play in regulation. Panasuk wants more as he brings it in. Dropped it back. Morelli across the middle. Here's Mac Morelli back to Panasuk. Oh, puck comes back away now for the Magi, and Strand goes back over to Radke. Just missed the tape there. Radke fired just off the mark. Puck squirts out right in the center slot. Nobody home. 26 seconds left in regulation. Minot High is going to improve to 5-1 in the 23-24 campaign. They're also going to move up to that top spot to tie inside the West region. They'll have 12 points to be tied with Century and Legacy after wins on the week against the Legacy Sabres and the Jamestown Bluejays. Final drive of the hockey game. Shot in, went just wide. We have played 51, and the Magi come up with a victory tonight over Matt Stockert's Blue Jays. We'll tell you how they did it when we come back to the Shots Crossroads Planning Team Financial Advisors postgame show.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by PSP Network. It's game day.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shots Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shots Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shots Crossroads.
Good West Region affair here on a Saturday afternoon into the early evening hours. Saw the Minot High Magicians walk out of here with a 3-0 win over the Jamestown Bluejays. Welcome into our Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads postgame show. Planning Team Financial and Shots Crossroads bring you this postgame wrap-up. Planning Team Financial, whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, they can help you every step of the way. Visit them online, planningteam.com. Shots Crossroads, home of the famous number 99, where team buses are always welcome. They bring you the postgame as well. They had quite a treat last night. The Minot High principal, Mr. Dave McQueen, brought me a banana cream pie from Shots Crossroads last night. It'd almost be embarrassing to tell you how much of that thing I ate when I got home and rewatched Minot High basketball from one night ago. Try that banana cream pie at Shots Crossroads. You won't be disappointed, I promise you. 3-0's the final here. This one, as we break it down, kind of a sloppy hockey game. The first two periods here tonight, it seemed, but when it was all said and done, the Magi found a way. Looking at the numbers of this hockey game, brought to you by our friends at Ryan Family Dealerships. Here's how it all buckled up here tonight when it was all said and done. 3-0 Magi. Shots were 34-23 Magicians. 23 saves for Blaze Ostrup. 31 on the other side of the ice surface tonight for the young man getting the call for the Blue Jays, Lewis Hulberg. What a contest for him. He's certainly in our conversation for the MVP of the game. Both kids playing in the special pads were tonight. Minot's power play, when it was all said and done, went 0 for 4. They had a 5-on-3 power play that tailed into the third period after it happened in the second. Magi were unable to score on the extra attacker in this contest tonight. Neither were the Blue Jays. They went 0 for 2 on the man advantage. Those are the stats brought to you by Ryan Family Dealerships. Game rewind and a look at how Minot High mustered up a 3-0 win. Jersey Abrahamson got his first of the season at 7:14 remaining in the first period. He was assisted by Radke on the play. Minot High didn't have another goal in this contest until the third period. Shot came in. Finley Bentz was robbed on that play by Hulberg. That was a nominee for our move of the game here tonight. No question about that. Blaze Ostrup had some stops on the other side of the ice surface. Point-blank opportunities. Blaze certainly settled in. He was big tonight with his first shutout of the season for the Magi. A big one for him in this contest to help the Magicians prove to a record of 5-1. Here's another one on Nate Walls. It was right out in the middle. Nate Walls looking for his 11th point of the year on that play. How about Schmeichel on the hard work here? Got it off to Finley Bentz for the second goal of the game. That came at 6:21 remaining in the third period. Finley Bentz with his third of the year. Schmeichel, point number 5 for Minot High School. Minot led 2-0 at this point. More opportunities for the Magi and more saves for Hulberg, that time with the waffle board stopping Easton Panasuk. And the Magi will get one here with 1:30 remaining in regulation. Watch the feed from up top. Richardson finds Panasuk, and Panasuk's got his team high 6th of the season. And Minot High goes on for a 3-0 victory. So again, it's Abrahamson from Radke in the first, Bentz from Schmeichel in the third, Panasuk from Richardson and Strand in the third as well to give Minot a 3-0 win inside of WDA conference play. What does that do for the standings? Well, it's going to make things interesting at the top of the list. 3 points were on the line here tonight, and the Magi got all 3 of them. That will put them in a 3-way tie for first place with Century and Legacy. Minot dropped a game to Century earlier this month. They lost 7-6. They beat Legacy on Thursday 8-2. It's the Wild Wild West again, folks, here in 23-24. Bismarck was at Williston tonight. And Botno Rugby was at Grafton Park River, the only other teams in the WDA playing here tonight. So Minot High will enter the week at the number 1 spot, tied with Century and Legacy. What do they have coming up next week? Well, not only do they have holiday break coming up, but the Magi have a contest with the Bismarck High Demons. We'll have it for you on the PSP Network on Tuesday night as the 0-7 Demons come to take on 5-1 Magi. That will be a matchup on Tuesday that might look a little different from the years past. The Demons are down just a bit. Not just a bit. They're down considerably. But anytime Minot and Bismarck get together, we know it's usually a pretty good hockey game. Hoping for that on Tuesday night. Owen Patterson will have the call of Williston at Minot in a doubleheader for boys and girls basketball. Todd Dobries will be on the call of Century and Legacy coming up on Tuesday night. That's a big one down in the capital city. Patriots and the Sabres. Then next Friday, we've got St. Mary's at Bismarck in basketball, boys and girls, and Jamestown at Minot in girls high school hoops. And we'll take a little break for the holiday season and get set up to come back at the end of the new year. We'll have Jason Bennett joining us here in just a moment here on our post-game show brought to you by Planning Team Financial Advisors at Schatz Crossroads. We'll get Coach Bennett settled in here on the post-game show. Fun one tonight for the Magi. Fun week for the Magi all together with a pair of wins inside of conference play. They also had a win outside of conference play with the win over Devils Lake earlier on Tuesday night at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. We'll bring in Jason Bennett, the co-head coach of the Magicians. Coach, first things first, not always the prettiest, but when you get it done, 3-0, you have to be pretty satisfied with the end result, aren't you?
End result, I think we're satisfied. Jamestown, Coach Stockard, he always seems to get the best out of what he's got over there. I think he's one of the best, if not the best coach in the region. And every year, Jamestown plays us tight. I don't know if we came in overlooking them. They played a good game last night. I think they lost 6-5 to Century, so our kids shouldn't have, but they're high school kids, and I've had some high school kids myself, and they're kind of dumb sometimes, and they look past people and things like that. So we're happy with the points, and we'll move on from there.
I have to ask, was the ice soft here tonight? It just seemed like Minot High and Jamestown, with a bunch of talented kids, had a real hard time juggling the puck here tonight.
Yeah, the ice it almost seemed like a curling rink. It's really weird. We walked out, there's really sticky. There weren't many icings. Just it wasn't smooth. It didn't seem like, we had the pucks on ice all day, and they're really bouncing around. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Practice, the rink was good yesterday, and the ice was good, but it seemed goofy today. I don't know.
It was a showdown that certainly had some highlights at the end. This point production coming from this Magi team, when you look at Minot High on paper, that top line of Morelli, Panasuk, and Strand, that's where your attention is drawn to. But, man, it just seems like any given night, anybody could be scoring goals. We saw that again here tonight.
Well, and that's just it. It's a work ethic thing. I think comes down to it, really. We started working. You score a goal, you get excited. You look at that from the Legacy game. That's what happened. And energy is a crazy thing. I don't think we had a lot of that energy in the first and parts of the second period. And even after the first period, I don't know if we could really, as a coaching staff, look and say, holy cow, this kid really played good in the first. It was a bunch of mediocre play, and I don't know if it was the Legacy hangover or being at the rink and hauling our stuff here. I don't know. You just don't know. It happens a couple times a year, and luckily, sometimes you don't get out of those games on the positive side. You lose those games. We won tonight, and we did see some productivity. Cohen Schmeichel, he had another heck of a game.
Wow.
Kind of got us going. I told Coach Ware, I said, we need to get that second one. We were defending good enough. I thought it'd been pretty hard for Jamestown to get 2. But 1, you never know in hockey, right? You've seen it before. You get a bad bounce, a guy gets a breakaway, something fluky, and it's 1-1. They get all the energy, and you never know. But we were pretty confident if we got 2 with about 8 minutes left, we were defending well enough, And he had a spark for us, and once again, his name's on the stat sheet.
Yeah, it was an excellent play. Yeah, you got to mention Jamestown in that situation with a kid like Nate Walls. Certainly can get the job done. How about on your end here tonight, though, for Blaze Ostrom? What a performance for him after a rocky start to this campaign. He's had 3 games in a row here where he surrendered 2 or less, and tonight he gets a goose egg. Has to be a pretty good feeling for you guys knowing that he's back there and he's got some good company around him in Minot High sweaters pushing him for that number 1 spot.
Yeah, we're doing some we're trying to help him out. Obviously, we're trying to block some shots, and we're not turning the pucks over like we did the first couple of weeks. We really hung them out to dry the first couple games, and probably gave up about 10 breakaways. Well, I don't know what the expectations are of saving a breakaway. You'd love for a goalie to save every single one of them, but we both know that's not going to happen. And we've done a lot better job of that. He made a couple of heck of big saves in the third period. I know a big pad save, and I think at that point it was still 1-0. So. It's good to see that. It's good for confidence. He's working hard in practice. We got 3 senior goalies right now. They're all working hard in practice, and they're kind of competing and battling with one another. So that's a good problem to have. It's you're building competition.
You guys move up into the top spot inside the West region, tied with Legacy and Century with 12 points. Bismarck High comes in next Tuesday. You get a little time off here, obviously, with a Saturday. You get right back to work on Monday. What do you expect on a Tuesday night's affair?
Yeah, it's going to be, it's a line. Hopefully we can, we can roll through 4 lines. I know they're a little bit down this year, but, you can't really look past anybody. We saw that tonight. If we look past Jamestown, which was a team that, on paper we maybe could have, we could have beat 8-0. I mean, really, when you look at it like that, Legacy was a top-ranked team, and Jamestown's kind of more in the middle of the pack. And, you do that, you put it together. And that's the same thing for Bismarck. We got to have a little more jump in our step. We're back to the Pepsi. I know kids are, excited. I asked them if they'd taken their final test after the first period already. I said, well, it's not Christmas break yet, right? So I know we got final tests next week, and there's a lot going on, and then it's the holidays. But it's Bismarck High, so I don't care how good or bad they are any given year. It's Bismarck High, and it's a big rivalry game. So I know the kids will be up for it and excited for that matchup.
We started the show tonight with Matt Stockert in the pregame show talking. I asked him about in his playing time back as a Mr. Hockey back in the early 90s. You played right after him, and growing up here, painted chickens on the ice, rabbits on the ice. Do you have a memory of this rivalry and this series that had something spectacular like that you've seen in your days?
I don't know. I just know it's been crazy where, people, Bluejays were painted, birds were painted, thrown on the ice. We went out there, and Josh Colo, I remember back coaching days, I think we scored and they threw some rabbits on the ice. I think we shut them out. Those are always good when they don't get to celebrate by throwing the rabbits out. They have to do it when you score because, the score's like 3-0. So that's always cool. But, yeah, Jamestown, Minot rivalries have been going on forever, and Stockert's been a part of it forever. And I guess I've been within the program for 20 years, and I think he's been around almost the whole time. So we've had some battles, and it's fun to get back here to the All Seasons Arena. I don't like it's all painted blue, so they were probably pretty excited about that. All the seats now where they used to not be.
A little different from your time playing. Nice job here tonight. Great week for you and your Magi.
Yeah, we'll take it. Thank you for working hard this week. I know you've been everywhere, huh?
Yeah, it's been a busy one, man. There's no doubt. I'm ready for. I was delivered a banana cream pie last night from Mr. Dave McQueen at Minot High.
Okay, yeah.
It's sitting in the fridge. I'm going home to tonight. Maybe have a little piece of that. Probably.
Yeah, I'm sure. We can. And it's an early exit tonight, so we're all excited about that.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Nice job again. That's Jason Bennett, the co-head coach of the Magi, after a 3-0 win tonight for Minot High School. When we come back, we'll have our move of the game here tonight. We'll also have our MVP. It all comes up next in the Planning Team Financial Shots Crossroads postgame show. After Minot High wins 3-0 in game number 96 all time against the Jamestown Bluejays for win number 61 in the Lifetime Series. We'll hand out the awards and put a cap on the week when we come back to the All Seasons Arena.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's a spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shaw's Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shaw's Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shaw's Crossroads.
Shaw's Crossroads and Planning Team Financial Advisors bring you the postgame here tonight. Minot High winning 3-0 over the Jamestown Bluejays. A couple orders of business left in our postgame wrap-up here tonight. Let's start with our Move of the Game, brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. Whether you're moving across town or across the country, Jobbers can help you with your moving and storage needs. Well, there's plenty of them that we could talk about here tonight. Jobbers locations in Minot, Bismarck, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Most of those moves of the game and those candidates came in the third as Minot High turned it on late to score 2 goals in the third period. Our Move of the Game brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. 1-0 Magi at this point with 12:13 to play in the period. Got to give a goaltender some love on a save like this. Oh, that was a doozy out front. Hulberg coming up huge. Made the first stop on the doorstep. Committed robbery here on Finley Betts. There's your Move of the Game, brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. Congratulations to the netminder for the Jamestown Bluejays here tonight, Lewis Hulberg. He's in the conversation for the player of the game as well. He was big with 31 saves on 34 shots here tonight. But our MVP is going to go to the other side of the ice surface for Blaze Ostrom. Picks up the goose egg tonight. He is the MVP with a shutout here for the Magi and a 3-0 win. He stopped 23 of 23. Good week for Blaze Ostrom. Gave up 2 against Legacy the other night. Gave up 1 against Dickinson. Gave up none here tonight, so his last 3, he's given up 2 or less. Congratulations to the senior netminder for the Magi, Blaze Ostrom. Our MVP of the game brought to you by Sport Clips. Sport Clips, where you can get the MVP haircut experience. They've got locations in Bismarck and Minot. Sport Clips brings you tonight's MVP. It's Blaze Ostrom for the Minot High Magicians. Once again, next week, here's your coverage schedule on the PSP Network. A bit light for us. We'll take a little break after a busy one this week. Join us on Tuesday, Williston and Minot in a doubleheader for girls and boys basketball. Owen Patterson on the call of the Hoops matchups. Matt Morelli and I will have Bismarck at Minot. And boys high school hockey, Todd Domries will have Century at Legacy. And boys hockey coming up on Tuesday night as well. That should be quite a night for high school hockey on Tuesday. Looking forward to bringing it to you on the PSP Network. As always, a big thank you to Matt Stockert for joining us in our pregame tonight. Jordan Willert, same thing. Big thanks to Jason Bennett joining us in our postgame here tonight as well. Good job, as always, to Owen Patterson on the camera. We appreciate your hard work, young man. Busy week for you as well. Matt Morelli on the call here tonight. Job well done to the former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux. As always, big thanks to all those sponsors out there that make this possible, and you, the fans, for watching. More than anything, thanks to the veterans and the military men and women and our service men and women for allowing us to be here enjoying something that we all love so much. God bless our veterans. God bless you all. Final score, one more time from the All Seasons Arena. The Magi win 3-0. They improved to a record of 4-1 in the West, 5-1 overall. The Blue Jays dropped to 3-4 overall this season and 3-3 in the West region. That will do it for tonight's broadcast on the PSP Network. Nick Hulberg signing off. Have a great weekend. Have a good night, and God bless.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by